In this video I put together 5 important rules that every watch collector should know and follow. I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, because not sticking to these rules has cost me some pretty special watches over the years. My hope is that by sharing these insights you can avoid some of the mistakes I've made. Let's jump right in. Rule number 1. Position your watch properly. This is a mistake I've seen even experienced collectors make, and I learned this the hard way. I sold several great watches simply because they didn't feel quite right on my wrist, only to later realize that I was wearing them wrong. Wearing your watch above the wrist bone instead of directly on or below it can make all the difference in comfort. For me, this simple change was a game changer. You can see where I wear my watches by the tan line on my wrist. It's much more comfortable and I think it looks better too. Wearing your watch above the wrist bone allows for better bracelet or strap adjustments and gives your wrist full range of motion without the watch feeling obtrusive. Also, it gives a more balanced look, which elevates your overall style. Of course, wrist anatomy and personal preferences matter, so find what works best for you. But if you haven't tried wearing your watch a little higher up, give it a go. It might just change your watch wearing experience. Rule number 2. Choose the right size for your wrist. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people choosing watches that are too big for their wrist. Trends have come and gone, from standard sizes to oversized models, and now we're seeing a move back to smaller classic sizes. Some people are even rocking watches that used to be labeled as women's, like certain Cartier models. The key is to choose a size that fits your wrist and appeals to your personal taste. If you prefer larger watches, go for it. Just keep in mind that oversized models might not always suit you aesthetically and can draw more attention than you'd like. My own collection spans a wide range, from vintage 30mm pieces to 45mm models. But my daily rotation typically sits between 39 and 42mm. That's my sweet spot. The general rule is that the lugs shouldn't extend beyond your wrist. And don't forget to factor in the watch's thickness, especially if you're wearing business attire and need it to slide under your shirt cuffs. Personally, I've always leaned towards smaller to mid-sized watches even when the trend was pushing giant pieces. Rule number 3. It might not be the watch, it might be the strap or bracelet. Don't underestimate the power of the right strap. I wish I had realized this sooner. There were watches I sold simply because the strap or bracelet didn't fit well or wasn't comfortable. For example, I had a beautiful Girard-Perregaux Richeville that I couldn't get the right fit of the strap. I sold the watch and wish I didn't. Another example is my Cartier Tank Must Large originally came with a strap that just didn't work for me. Once I swapped it out for a different strap, it was like owning a whole new watch. I don't wear it often though, for other reasons. Later about it. But at least now it's comfortable to wear. This goes for bracelets too. Sometimes the watch is perfect but the bracelet is problematic. Looking at you, Seiko, switching to a high quality leather or NATO strap can transform the feel and look of a watch. So before giving up on a watch, experiment with different straps or bracelets. You might be surprised by the difference it makes. Rule number 4. Don't let the hype decide for you. Hype is powerful and it's easy to get swept up in the excitement, especially when you are part of the watch enthusiast community. Social media plays a huge role in this, creating a fear of missing out. FOMO is a thing, you know? It can lead you to chase watches you never even liked before. The solution? Well, I don't have a specific cure for that, but one of the things that works for me is to meet your hero. Check the watch you want and try it at the store, join watch community meetups, events and meet fellow watch enthusiasts and try watches you like. Get as familiar with the desired watch as possible. This way, you can separate what you genuinely love from what social media tells you to like. Rule number 5. Buy watches you'll actually wear. This might seem obvious, but it's not always easy to predict how often you will wear a new watch. Take my Cartier Tank Must Large, for example. I thought it would be a regular in my rotation because of its classic elegance and slim profile. But over time I realized I wore it less than I expected. Maybe it felt too formal for my daily style, or maybe other pieces took priority. Another example is my G-Shock watches. I thought I would be wearing them often, but I don't. Maybe they are too sporty and also don't quite fit my everyday life. It's important to visualize when and how you will wear the watch you're eyeing. Will it be an everyday staple or is it more for special occasions? The more honest you are about this before making a purchase, the happier you will be with your collection. So what do you think of these 5 rules? Have you made similar mistakes or do you have personal watch rules of your own? I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and happy collecting!